The Pythagorean theorem is a beautiful theorem, and it's one that you learned in elementary school, maybe 6th, 7th, 8th grade. I think probably it's somewhere 7th or 8th grade. It says that in a right triangle, I'm going to write the words out for you because I'm not sure if you've ever seen the actual theorem written in words. So, in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse, is equal to the sum of the squares of the legs. So before I finish the statement, the sentence below, I'm going to give you an illustration. We've got a leg, and we've got a hypotenuse. So there's our right angle. We've got a leg, and we've got a hypotenuse. So we're going to name this triangle ABC. Across from side C is our hypotenuse. Across from angle C is our hypotenuse C. Across from our angle A is our leg A. I'll put those in parentheses. And across from angle B is our leg B. Okay. Now, the hypotenuse, which we're calling C, in a right triangle, the square of the hypotenuse. So the square of the hypotenuse. We're going to take that hypotenuse and we're going to square it. So we called the hypotenuse C, we're going to square it, is equal to the sum of, so the sum of is a plus sign, the square of the legs. So we're going to have one leg squared and the other leg squared. Well, one of the legs is A, so we'll square it, and the other leg is B, so we'll square it. We're used to saying A squared plus B squared equals C squared, which is the same exact thing by the commutative property. A squared plus B squared equals C squared. So in a right triangle, Pythagorean theorem says that will happen every time, every single time, okay? Here's an example. We want to find the value of x. So this is probably just some practice that we're going to be working on here that you might recall. But we're going to use some algebra that you haven't seen when you probably went through this the first time. So let's pause here, and in the next video, we'll go through some examples.